I took a week where I was actually reading the news. Normally, I try to avoid reading the news, and I was, yeah, just reading the news and kind of catching up with what has been happening in the world, and it's, yeah, quite atrocious. And also, I was reading the news here in Italy, and there were lots of really horrible um, news stories on rape and on violence and on a lot of horrible, horrible things that are happening in this country. And I noticed that when I was not reading the news, in my mind, all of a sudden, all these thoughts started appearing, kind of fear, right? Like, oh, I don't know. Also, with our practice of tudong, like maybe we should be a little bit more careful. Like I don't know about people these days. I think they have changed. They're a little bit more dangerous than they used to be. And this whole like narrative started spinning, but it wasn't present before. Right. And so also when I was going in the street, I was also kind of looking at people in a bit of a different way. So I'm sharing this because we have to be really careful whenever we are consuming these news, because I've really noticed the difference between, not inserting this kind of message in my mind and inserting it. And so obviously as a monastic, we prefer not to insert anything. And maybe lay people should be a little bit more aware of what's happening in samsara. But also not too much, because it's also true that the news these days, as Bhante Sumita, this lovely Sri Lankan monk, says, it's not really the news, but it's always heartbreaking news. It's like breaking news, like everything that is heartbreaking in samsara, here's a list of it all. And so actually it's not an accurate depiction of reality. We're only hearing the worst of the worst of the worst that's happening.